Hello, this is Justin VanFulpen. You're watching NFL Draft Digest. Today in NFL Draft Digest, we're going to be talking about the NFL Combine as far as on the offensive side, guys who really rose their stock. Now, obviously, Tim Tebow had a great for his workout. He had the highest vertical jump that's ever been recorded for an NFL quarterback or a guy who's going to be attempt to be a quarterback there at the NFL level. So he really did a good job as far as testing wise, which we thought he would do. But then he didn't throw. He's going to unveil that new throwing motion at his pro day at Florida. So we'll have to wait to see kind of how he throws with that new motion. Really, to me, as far as on the offensive side of the ball, the guys who really rose the stock the most was the running back class. Java DeBest from Cal, less about 200 pounds, but ran in the 4.3 range. Then you got Ryan Matthews, a 225-pound running back, ran 4.45, and really showed well as far as in the individual drills, and not only running football, but also all as well as catching the football. I think he's really put himself in that first-round grade, maybe mid to late first-round grade. But he's a guy, probably the #1 running back behind C.J. Spiller, who will do everything there at Clemson's pro day, but did run the 40 and ran it in the 4.4 range as well. Then you look at some of the other running backs. You had Toby Gerhart. Kind of some guys were thinking of, hey, he could be a fullback, but he was a guy who ran in the 4.5 range. Then a guy who I really liked, I think really rose his stock as far as at the NFL Combine, was Martario Hardestry from Tennessee. I know we've talked about him earlier in these shows, but he's a guy who ran 4.49. He's in the 220-pound range. 38-inch vertical jump, ran a 4.25 in the short shuttle. A guy that I really like is kind of moving his stock up. But whether he's a second round or a third round pick, he's going to be a guy to watch at that next level. Kind of like a Sean Green did with the New York Jets. A powerful, lower level body guy that can really make some plays. Then you got Joe McKnight, 4.47. A lot of people compare him to Reggie Bush. I think he's going to be a better pro than what Reggie Bush is. So he's another guy to watch in the third round. Another big type physical back, 220 pounds, is Ben Tate, ran 4.45. So a good group of running backs that really had showed their ability to do that. Now receivers, a guy really, Golden Tate, ran high 4.3s, low 4.7s, or sorry, low 4.4s, depending on what you're looking at. Some people had a 4.43 at the 40-yard dash, but then also as far as had a 10-foot broad jump, as far as caught the football well, showed a good explosion. A guy who really has gone from a late second round, to a guy who's a top of the second round, maybe even pushed himself in the first round grade there. Then some other running backs, Antonio Brown from Central Michigan, a 4.50 guy, caught the football well, showed some good explosion there. Kyle Williams ran the 4.4s. A slot guy at Arizona State, a guy to me who's going to show he can be a third, fourth type receiver, maybe even a return guy at the next level. The receivers, Doran Dickerson obviously blew everybody away with his 4.40 40-yard dash, but to me he's not really a tight end. I know a lot of people were excited about that, but to me he's got a trouble as far as getting up separations when he's got against corners, and then linebackers can be more physical with him, so you got to find a spot to use him. He uses athleticism, but he's a guy that really improved his stock there at the NFL Combine. And then Dennis Pitta from BYU, as far as a real solid pass-catching tight end, a guy who does a lot of good things. And then obviously Jermaine Gresham coming up the knee injury didn't wow us at his workout numbers, but showed catching the football well. We'll see as far as some more individual workouts, some more as far as pro days that he gets going on, what he can do there. Then the offensive line, you got Bruce Campbell. I mean, what to say about Bruce Campbell? A physical freak, just a workout warrior. As far as he ran the 4.85s was the official time for him. 32-inch vertical jump. Did 34 reps at 225. Just a guy who was a physical freak. Only started 17 games there at Maryland at the left tackle position, but to me, he's a guy who's rising. Could go as high as in the top 10. I know some people say his film doesn't match up, but some people really get enamored with those workout numbers and say, hey, he's young, raw, and we can teach him. If he's got that athleticism, we can teach him to be a left tackle, because you got to really be a dancer. You got to have great feet, and that's what he's be able to do. So some guys that's really rose up that draft board watching NFL Draft Digest.